I just want to give you guys a heads up. Our merch is going to be available for the Evo sweepstakes on August 20th. And every dollar you spend on merchandise or even car parts on throtl.com, you're going to get an entry to win our awesome Mitsubishi Evolution 8. I'd also like to mention that our merchandise for the ice cream drop, which sold out in minutes, is now restocked. So if you guys missed out on ice cream merch, head on over to throtl.com. It's now available again in limited quantities. All right, welcome back to the throtl channel. I'm your host today, Mickey Andrade, and of course, I've got Ricky with me, good old Ricky Styles. We're gonna get cranking on this van here. I'm gonna start over here on the left with what's probably the coolest and brightest part that's gonna be going on this car, and that's our custom seats from Status Racing. They went ahead and custom stitched these up for us, and they're very similar to the factory seats, except more supportive. So we're actually excited to get these in the van. We've got to make some custom feet for them. They match the livery, so really excited about those. The other thing that we have here that you guys have probably been wondering about is these ugly wheels around the car. We do have something here that's going to replace those. We went ahead and grabbed some 15-inch Smoothie Steelies, which is sort of period correct for the sort of look we're going for with this van.
We're gonna need a new center cap, Mick. Was that you?
I didn't want to put it in all the way.
Made it to our Steelies. We've got some Falcon Wild Peak HTs. These are a road-going tire that's meant to look like an off-road tread design. We teamed up with Advanced Auto Parts to basically do an overhaul on the running gear of the van. Because we have everything from brake booster to lower control arms, tie rod ends. We're going so far as to replacing like the coolant bottles and a lot of the little things that are needed to just kind of bring this thing up to date, because it is an 88. The stuff's looking pretty old. We got all of our products from Peak here. We also have some Herculiner bed liner, which we're going to use in the wheel wells to seal everything out, keep the rocks from chipping our fiberglass fenders, and keep the road noise to a minimum.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Wiper blade. I didn't even know Peak made wiper blades.
The more you know. Reading Rainbow.
And the one thing we're excited to put back in the van is the horn that was on the original van that we bought. So we essentially paid $3,000 for this horn because it's really the only thing we used out of that first van that Evan bought.
Hey, and the roof. And the roof.
So $2,000. This is what makes the ice cream truck special. So we're gonna go ahead and get this back in. I think when we're done, it's gonna be pretty epic.
It's gonna be sick, dude.
You heard it here, folks. Mickey's a believer.
It has foil tape. It has duct tape on it, Beckerman.
That's how you know it's legit.
Oh my God.
With us, I know it's been quite a bit of a longer process to get to this point, but I mean, look at this thing. Don't try this at home, kids.
Oh,
that's loud. What is that, dog bark?
So I'm inside the van right now, and this is the actual device that gives you the ice cream truck sound, the melody, whatever. I'm having a hard time trying to figure out where to put it. This is the only compartment that we have that open and closes, which we have all our paperwork. This is all trash, which is all gonna be redone anyway. So I'm thinking about putting it here on this plastic piece. I'm gonna take these two screws out, see what's behind it, and we'll see if there's enough space for us to put it in here. This is a lot smaller than this piece, so I might have to cut a piece out of it so it can be nice and flush. Now it's time for me to make it nice and smooth and make sure this thing fits flush in there.
All right, meanwhile, while Ricky's building the little housing for the controller for our ice cream truck siren, I've gone ahead and dipped into our T-Spec wiring reel. I grabbed some blue and yellow 18 gauge wire. And what I'm doing is creating him leads for the speaker that I mounted right here. So this is gonna be the speaker that plays the music that he's mounting the box for. So I went ahead and just butt connected these up to the existing wiring. Probably grabbed a little too much wiring, but We're gonna go ahead and find a grommet in the firewall and get it run inside for him so that we can butt connect it back together, and we should be in business.
A few minutes later.
I just closed the hood. I got the wires running here for Ricky, so they're gonna pop out of the dash right here so that he can basically connect these to the back of the box. He's making some great progress on the mounts. I'll let him show you guys that. It's looking pretty cool, so almost like a stock fitment, which is really neat. He picked a great location for it.
You guys can see on this side, I made a L bracket, the same exact one on this side. Duct tape is here just to hold it in place because I don't want it moving because right now it's perfectly aligned. So just like that, we have a mount for the ice cream truck music player. Thank you, Mickey, for running the speaker wiring that I needed done. He already took off.
You're gonna start Ricky style?
He gone. Oh, he don't even know. Now he's gone. It's gonna be zip ties everywhere and self tappers. Watch. There you have it. That's the final spot of the song Thingy Malingy. Here's our brand new bumper. Never seen before. Or maybe you have. I'm gonna try to do this by myself because there's nobody here. All right, there you have it with the Downstar hardware, and it's looking brand new. All right, so the next thing I want to start doing, I'm gonna try to figure out how we can put these status seats in the van. So I'm gonna try to see what I can do to make them fit safely. Pretty much gonna be looking something like this is my idea. So weld it, hole, and this will pull through the seat, the status seat.
All right, well, while Ricky's been working on the seats, I'm gonna go ahead and grab our lights. These are new units from Depot, so that replace the old ones, the crusty ones that you guys saw during the wrap video that go right up here on the fender, and there's also a set in the back.
A few minutes later.
All right, well, a quick swap with the new lens is a big difference. As you can see, it's nice and shiny compared to the old lens, which looked like that. And we also went ahead and added some peak lighting bulbs. So this is what was in our lights. One side had an orange bulb, one side had a white bulb, so they're mismatched. We're adding the peak LEDs to the front and rear corner lights on this van. They also make a variety of different bulbs as well. One thing about Peak is pretty cool is they actually make a lot of different products, not just coolants. So they have different types of LED lighting. They also make wiper blades and a few other products as well. You guys can check out their website. Link is in the description below. But they're a huge partner for this van. As you guys know, we've got Peak logos all over this thing. They've been a great partner for us here at the Throtl shop. So if you're in the market for some LED lights or even some replacing your wiper blades, give Peak a shot. Okay, Ricky's over here busting out the second set of seat rails. He's got one done, these just need to be painted, they're primered now. And he's buttoning up the last side of the driver's side rail, which would be the inside one. After he gets these all welded up and primered, he's gonna move on to getting the bases painted black as well and matching the seat rails. This blue interior is not staying. This is gonna get a full transformation here. We gotta make this thing feel cozy because when we're on the road with this van, it can't look like this. This is pretty terrible. We did notice we pulled the seat out, we pulled out the rubber mat and the sound deadening, and we've got a lot of surface rust in here. The nice thing is this is just on the surface, so we can wire wheel this down. So I've got a little bit of work to do, but I'll tell you one thing, the smell that came from underneath this sound deadening is absolutely horrific. It makes me want to puke, so I gotta step away for a second. It's really bad. Currently, I have been cleaning up the floor pan, as you guys saw in the time lapse, got rid of the rust, treated it, and I've started to lay down our sound deadening. So this material is from Metra Online, and it's called ballistic sound deadening material. We want to try to eliminate as much noise as possible inside this van because it is very noisy and just echoey inside. So the more of this we add, the better we'll be. I'm gonna go ahead and keep cruising on and roll on some more of this ballistic. Did go ahead and get the ballistic mat in. I'll finish off with one last piece on the top. This one's really tough because of the curvature here. Ricky's got his seat rails all buttoned up. These are the seats. And outside we have the rails and primer. So we'll be back with you in a minute.
My job for today, my goal for today is to do the doors. I'm gonna be sanding out the doors, taping them, taking all the weather stripping off because we have brand new weather stripping here. Just got done painting, spraying the door jamb and the door. Looks nice and black now. So I'm gonna let that dry, and while that dries, I'm gonna start prepping this panel. This is the one that I'm gonna wrap in suede. There you have it. This is so sick. So here you go. This is pretty much what the interior of the van is gonna look like. It's gonna have black suede with black exterior, and then the seats are gonna be the ones that are gonna set off the whole van.
We went ahead and got our windows all blacked out. This area back here is just gonna be storage for our van. And this wall that we started building is gonna go all the way to the headliner here that we built as well. And so this back full area is just gonna be for storing merchandise and our generator and that sort of thing. So there's no need to have glass windows on the back doors of this van. You wouldn't know that they weren't just straight black windows. So you cannot see through these no matter how hard you try. Moving on to the next bit, we need to get this dashboard out because we are gonna get this reupholstered and making it look a little nicer because it is peeling from all the years of use and abuse sitting out in the sun. But in order to do that, I've got to get this thing out of the van. Okay, well the dash is successfully out of the van. This thing is massive. We've got our doghouse out and all the other parts that we're gonna send off to get reupholstered.
All right, so right now for the van, we actually ordered some billet brush aluminum door handles. So this is the window crank handle, and I'm gonna put it in the van. I already did one side, it looks amazing. I wanted to make sure it fits because it was a really pain in the butt to find the right part that actually fit the window. I mean, this thing is really high quality stuff, and we are going to put it on now. That's it. We ordered the exact same piece, but it's not gonna have this knob at the end. It's gonna be a straight brush aluminum handle from the same company. It's gonna be on this side, and it's just gonna be the one that you use to actually open and close the door.
All right, well, as you can see, I'm covered in wood dust. Ricky's got the file out, and we are making the headliner for the van. So basically, Ricky already made one of these in the back of the van. I'll show you really quick. We made this months and months ago. So basically, it's a finisher panel that will get wrapped in suede, just like the door panels. And this is the one that's gonna be above our heads inside the van. So this van was already set up to have a headliner. You can see it actually has a fold right here. That's like a ledge where we can tuck our headliner in, and it goes all the way around. And basically, we're gonna stop it here where we cut the roof out. Alright, so we finally got the headliner done, and he's looking pretty sick. And if you guys can see, I put some self-toppers here. That's just to hold it for now. We have this rubbery grommet that's gonna go all the way across, that's gonna seal this whole thing together. So once that's done, we're gonna have a complete headliner. And now we're gonna move on to Mickey, with Mickey's gonna be installing the headlights. front grille in. We've got our aux beam headlights. These are LED headlights with a daytime running light that's also LED on either side. So those will be on as we're going down the road. And we also have new turn signals on the front. So that really cleaned up the look of the front of this van. The old turn signals were pretty haggard. As you can see, it's a pretty big difference from what we had to what we got now. We'll probably go ahead and toss some LED bulbs in here as well. I know Peak sent us over some. And then the last thing we need to do for the front end is Evan ordered some new covers for the headlight area, and those will go on, and we'll probably just do some touch up on these. Oh, that, and then we also ordered a front bumper, which front bumpers for these vans are apparently really hard to find. Evan and I have been searching and can't find a single front bumper. Ours was damaged, so we threw it away.
I have ordered 3 sets of these at this point right now. This is the OEM set. We know this set fits. Obviously, it's pretty rough.
So yeah, that will be a nice finished look, because you guys saw how much of a difference that was just putting those on. But look at how nasty these taillights are.
Look at that.
Universal fit. That'll look good. We'll throw some LEDs in there as well. What about our wall of stickers? Are you guys liking this? Reminds me of like an old surfer van from the 80s. So we're putting all of our friends on here, some of our stickers. It's a little busy, but I kind of like it. It kind of gives a vibe. Anyway, I'm gonna change these out.
A few minutes later.
All right, well that's a wrap on the taillights. They look much better than the old crummy ones, so yeah, awesome.
The mail guy showed up and actually delivered the last handle that we were missing for the door panel. So I'm gonna be installing this right now so you guys can see what it looks like, the finished product. Alright, so we just received this package from ACC. This is gonna be the carpet for the interior of the ice cream truck, which is gonna complete the interior of it.
It's not carpet!
You don't know that. I don't know that. I know. Is it? Oh, I thought it was carpet. I guess we'll see when we open it, huh? I just finished pretty much mocking the interior together, what we have here. So I put the seat brackets and I put both seats from Status. We did the black vinyl carpeting from ACC. Everything's looking so far so good. The only thing we're missing, if you guys notice, is the dash. So the dash right now is at SOS and it's being done. And once that's done, this whole interior is gonna be almost complete. Then we gotta do the audio system, which is gonna be the best part. But other than that, that's all we have. We ran out of time, so I'll see you guys in the next video.